If you're looking for easy brass and copper, this is one of my favourite things to strip out, tear down to recover the silver and copper out of them. And these are UK style power outlets, or plug sockets as we call them here in the UK. Like I say, they're a good source of brass and copper. Plus, if you like me that likes going for silver contacts as well, then you'll get contacts inside plugs as well, especially ones that have the switch. There's a switch connector. This one won't have silver contacts, but if you've got the switchable type, then you'll get silver from them as well. And there's silver plating on there as well, which you can't really tell in this light in my workshop. So, like I said, this is one of my favourite things to strip down to get brass and copper. And I'll just make a little space here, and then we'll get started. There we go. Now, one thing I'd like to mention when it comes to plugs and other things that a wire goes through and you tighten up with a screw to clamp it into place, always check to make sure the screw is actually brass, because I'll show you here, that screw steel, that screw doesn't stick, which is brass. Sometimes a lot of time you'll get screws that look brass, but if you put a magnet on it, it'll actually stick. So don't forget, always check the screws that they don't stick to a magnet, because otherwise it's not clean brass then. So get all the bits out of here, which we always have one, most of the time, bar that goes all the way across to the screw holes, which just bend those up, and then get a pair of pliers or cutters and twist and disconnect it. Same on the other side. And what I do as well is little brass inserts, which what I do, there's not much to it. I always get a screwdriver, get the corner, and then I push it and force that out and recover them bits of brass as well. And then these ones, 95% of the time they'll be metal. Sometimes you'll get a copper or a brass one, but virtually you'll always come across metal ones. And then what I do with those is grab the copper and brass part, get me cutters and peel it off, and then the part that connects with the plug, when the plug goes through the socket, majority of the time that's always copper, but sometimes copper's joined to brass. So grab hold of the brass, and same principle as before, lever the copper off, so then you got your brass and your copper. It's a steel screw, that's all brass, as you can tell. And the screw, brass, and then yours come sometimes, well, nearly every time you come open the plug, you'll get these little copper loopy parts. Put them in. Some more brass here, which that one has got a silver contact. Put that to one side a sec. That one's got a silver contact. one hasn't. So in the tub, a piece of brass. On this side, pliers, and pull them apart. And that just goes into scrap steel or shred. And there is a little bit of brass inside copper, which I'll do with that. Cut it and get the bit of brass. That's plain copper, clean brass. And then these I just cut. I'll turn the pliers around so you can see. Like that part off there. That's got silver contact on. And same with this piece. And then they both go flying. No silver on that one. A bit of copper. Most of the time, all the screws that hold this back plate in place are steel, so they'll go in your steel tub. Here's a small one, a single. And as you can see on these, where the switch is, more silver contacts, and the little silver contacts on there. So you just carry on, repeat the same process with all of them. Get the brass, copper, silver contacts, and then just repeat on every single one. It's the same process. The only difference is sometimes you get screws, like Phillips screws, sometimes you get flat screws, and occasionally you can get hex or different shaped type of screws, security screws, things like that. But there you go. So what I'll do at some point when I get quite a few of these, like 30 of them or something, then I'll do a video on the weight before and then strip down and the weight of all the different components and how long it takes. So keep an eye out for that one. Hope you gives you a bit of information in this short video, and see you in the next one. Bye.